Students often ask me, why do I have to do research? Or sometimes they say, why do I have to do research? And I do understand that research is a complicated business. And if you only have to do one research project and you think it's the only one you're ever going to do in your whole life, it might feel a bit pointless, especially if you're not enjoying it and you might think, I'm so glad I never ever have to do this again. But let me explain why there is some point in doing at least one formal research project in your life. Research is a key feature of human life. Everyone does research of some kind or another at some point in their life. It may not be a formal project, but we all test things out. We test out theories, we test out options, we collect information, perhaps by talking to people and asking questions about their experiences or what they think, before we make decisions for ourselves. Not for every decision, of course, but for some of the more important ones. And it's not only human beings who do this. Some members of the animal kingdom have been seen to do research, to try things out, to test options, to try different methods and approaches of doing something before they decide which approach they'll use. Crows, for example, or sea otters or elephants have all been observed doing this, and other animals too. So it's a very natural aspect of life on this planet. But formal research, for sure, isn't a particularly natural kind of research. It's a formalised, systematised, tried and tested approach to finding out things in really sensible ways. At least that's the ideal, if not always the reality. And all your life, you are going to see reports of research in the media. You shouldn't take those reports on trust. You should check them out, especially if they're on a subject that's important to you. And to be able to check out a piece of research, to know what to look for, to know what you can trust and what you can't, the best way to be able to do that is to do a full piece of formal research yourself. And it's not just in daily life. In most jobs, you'll be required to depend on research findings. People will bring you research they want you to use. And again, you need the ability to assess the quality and the value of this research. And the absolutely best way to learn how to do this is to do a full-scale formal research project yourself. So you may not like it. Not everybody likes it. Some people hate it. You may hate it, but it's worth doing it well because it will benefit you for the rest of your life, and also it will help you to get a good grade in your studies, which is another key benefit of paying attention and doing this one research project as well as you can. There's lots of information out there to help you, including a book that I've written that you may find useful if you haven't come across it already. Research and Evaluation for Busy Students and Practitioners tells you how to manage a research project in the context of the whole of the rest of your life, not as if it exists in isolation, like some books would like you to believe. Because as we all know, it doesn't. Research goes along with family life and work and studying and hobbies, social life, all of those things that we have to fit in. It's not easy, but it can be done, and you can do it.